Jesus wants you to love your family because they are a fundamental part of your life and a key component of God's plan for humanity. The Bible teaches that family is a sacred institution, and Jesus emphasizes the importance of loving and caring for one another within the family unit. In Mark 12:31, Jesus says, "Love your neighbor as yourself," but this commandment is not limited to just those outside of our families. In fact, Jesus teaches that loving our families is a crucial aspect of loving our neighbors and fulfilling God's commandments. The family is the first place where we learn about love, relationships, and values. It is where we develop our sense of identity, belonging, and purpose. Jesus recognizes the significance of family in our lives and encourages us to nurture and strengthen these relationships. In Matthew 15:4, Jesus quotes the Old Testament commandment, "Honor your father and mother," emphasizing the importance of respecting and caring for our parents. This commandment is not just about obeying our parents, but also about showing them love, kindness, and compassion. Loving our families is not always easy, and Jesus acknowledges the challenges that come with family relationships. In Matthew 10:35-36, Jesus says, "For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household." However, despite these challenges, Jesus encourages us to persevere in loving our families, even when it is difficult. In fact, Jesus teaches that loving our enemies, including those within our own families, is a key aspect of following him. Matthew 5:44. Jesus' emphasis on loving our families is rooted in his understanding of God's character and nature. God is a loving Father who desires for us to experience love, joy, and relationships within our families. In Ephesians 3:14-15, the Apostle Paul writes, "For this reason I kneel before the Father, from whom his whole family in heaven and on earth derives its name." This verse highlights the idea that our families are a reflection of God's family, and that loving our families is a way of honoring and reflecting God's love. Furthermore, Jesus teaches that loving our families is essential for building strong, healthy relationships that can withstand the challenges of life. In Colossians 3:20, the Apostle Paul writes, "Children, obey your parents in everything, that you may please the Lord." This verse emphasizes the importance of obedience and respect within the family, but it also highlights the idea that loving our families is a way of pleasing God. When we love and care for our families, we are reflecting God's love and character, and we are building strong foundations for our relationships. In addition to these biblical teachings, Jesus' emphasis on loving our families is also reflected in his own relationships with his family members. In John 19:25-27, Jesus shows his love and care for his mother, Mary, by entrusting her to the care of his disciple, John. This act of love and compassion demonstrates Jesus' commitment to his family and highlights the importance of caring for one another within the family unit. In conclusion, Jesus wants us to love our families because they are a vital part of our lives and a key component of God's plan for humanity. Loving our families is a way of reflecting God's love and character, and it is essential for building strong, healthy relationships that can withstand the challenges of life. By following Jesus' teachings and example, we can learn to love and care for our families in a way that honors God and reflects his love. As we prioritize loving our families, we will experience the joy, peace, and fulfillment that comes from following Jesus and living out his teachings in our daily lives.